Hey, good morning. Welcome to Connect Daily Bread. We recognize man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Today's reading is 2 Corinthians chapter 12. So go ahead and read that and check that out. And now Paul gets into a story about himself. It's written in interesting, ambiguous language, but if you really dig into it, it's clear that he's talking about himself here and some visions and revelations that he's gotten from Jesus. And that he got to spend time with Jesus somehow in heaven. He doesn't know whether that was in the body or whether that was in the spirit, but that he was told things directly from Jesus, inexpressible things. And this tracks with elsewhere in his letters where he says that he received the gospel, not from the other apostles, but from Jesus directly. And so this would have been one of those things that he heard from Jesus. The rest of the inexpressible things, well, they're just that. So we don't know what those are. But what Paul said is that what came along with that was a thorn in his flesh, so that he had a weakness. And there's a lot of speculation as to what that may have been. Something it may have been blindness, and that he struggled with sight, and that's why we see most of the letters aren't written by him, or what it is alleged to be in the letters that were written by him, that it's super large handwriting, so he had a hard time seeing. But there's really no way of knowing what the thorn in the flesh is, and that's not the important part here. What is important is that Paul had this struggle. God allowed him to have this struggle, a thorn in the flesh, which he refers to as a messenger of Satan, and he pleaded with Jesus 3 times for it to be taken away. And the thorn was allowed to keep him humble, that he would not become arrogant and self-centered about this unique and special knowledge that had been granted to him. But so he pleads with Jesus 3 times for it to be taken away. And rather than it being taken away, Jesus responds and he says, "My power is made perfect through your weakness." So Paul goes on to what he will truly boast about himself is in his weakness and in his struggles. And the reason he gives for that is very practical. For when I am weak, Christ is strong. And so for you and I, the encouragement is to be open and transparent and honest about the weaknesses that are in our life. And through that, knowing that through that, Christ's glory and power can be revealed. Because we're only going to encounter and engage with broken people. That's all there are on this planet. You and I included, and everybody that we're going to reach out to, and that we're going to share this life with in our faith family, are broken and struggling. There's different forms, fashions, and flavors of that, but that's the truth. And so my encouragement is that we be open and honest about our struggles, and through that, the promise is that we're going to see Christ's power manifest. Christ do some really cool things through us. So that's my encouragement today. Love you guys. Have a good one.